Hello, hello, hello. Once again, we're back again. As the Champions League, the season gets closer to the end. The Champions League gets to spark some spicy fixtures. Tomorrow we've got Barcelona heading to Italy to face Inter Milan. Inter Milan in the first leg went to Camp Nou. Sorry, they are temporal home now. They went there and then they drew 3-3. And now they host Barcelona in the second encounter. And this game, there's been some key players that will be missing for Inter Milan. Their captain, Lotaro, will be missing. Martinez here, and then the manager as well. And then the, what do you call that, Turkish guy, Chana Noglu also. Yeah, he will also be missing. But I don't know how the team is going to set up to face this Barcelona side. And Inter Milan have been a team to show that Barcelona are a team that they can exploit defensively and then disturb them. But we also saw the first leg how epic it was in the first leg that they led 2-0 in the first 30 minutes, and then even the first goal came earlier. But with this one, um, I know what they are trying to do. Yeah, I know what they are trying to do. I don't think they are going to change their game plan for anything. They are going to be the same as they played the first leg against Barcelona. And looking at how this weekend they rested some players, I think they rested 9 players from the starting lineup that played against Barcelona. So that should tell you that they have an agenda or they have determination that they want to just get into that final. They are very desperate for it, and Barcelona also need to get into that final to secure the treble course that they are on. So with this one, is going to be a tight one here. I don't think we're going to see more goals like we saw in the first leg. Both managers will make some homeworks, and the team itself, individual players, will start taking responsibilities with some risks that they played in the first leg. I don't think in the second leg they will be taking those risks because anything can happen. You know what I mean? And this Barcelona side, they are very sharp attacking wise. They are just like a knife through the butter. They can just go through you within a second, and then before you realize, they are just 3 goals up, and you'll be finding yourself wanted. So with this Barcelona side, I see Lamine Yamal doing his wonders again. He's becoming the main man in the absence of Lewandowski. Um, Ferran Torres has stepped up and he's doing some, magic, bombing in goals, creating spaces for other players to maneuver their way through in defense and making space for them. Yeah. So with this one, I think Hansi Flick will be a stubborn manager that he will want to tweak his tactics. I know he's very stubborn that he's going to stick with his tactics. How he started the high line, he's going to play the same high line. I don't. Maybe he will change 1 or 2 individuals or personnels in his team, but I see him. He will go for it. He will go for it. But for Inter, I can say that the first 20 minutes they are going. They are not. I don't think they will attack the first 20 minutes because the pressure that Barcelona will put on them will be huge. But they will be looking forward to score an early goal, which can spark the whole stadium into their favor, and maybe that will propel them to do damage over Barcelona. But this Barcelona side, they are fearless. One thing that I must say is that this Barcelona side this season, they are fearless. Even if you score them 3 goals, they have the courage that they will come back and win the game or get something from the game. So if you're leading Barcelona 1-0, 2-0, don't always think that it's done. Always rest assured that they will come back. And psychologically, I think it's been playing part for them positively. And some of the players facing them, they always have the mindset that Barcelona will do the comeback, they will do the remontada in the game. You know, I think a few weeks ago we saw how they won the game 4-3 against at Celta Vigo. Celta Vigo went 3-0, 3-1 up, and we're all thinking, oh, they're going to win this one. This one, their was will be draw, but Barcelona, they never rest. And this has Hansi Flick side. This is one thing I respect him about. He's like Oliver Twist. He always wants more. Even if you score 100 goals, he still want more in the game. So I think it's going to be the second leg. The second half is going to be an open game, in my opinion. I think the second half is going to be an open game because Inter will be forced to come out and attack Barcelona. But the first half, first 20, 30 minutes, I think Inter will try to sit deep, contain Barcelona, suffocate them, and then maybe hit them on counter. And Barcelona should be careful in that aspect because they've got some I don't know how to put it, whether they are wingers or they are wing backs. I'll put them wing backs. Players like Dumfries, if you give him that space to run through the channels, he is gonna, smash your defense. He's one of the players that is very intelligent on the ball and off the ball. He knows how to drag players out of position and make space for others. So I think that's one crucial part that Barcelona should look out for, that guy. And this their team, they've got players like Mkhitaryan that came to Man United and Arsenal. It didn't work out for him. But when you watch the game against Barcelona the first leg, you can see that there's some something about him that's experience. He's got that swagger in him that he knows how to control game when under pressure and stuff. Some of the passes that they give him, even the pocket spaces passes, he's very good at it. And he's good at, making space to get those passes or dragging players out of position. He's also good at it. So I think from Inter Milan side, that's where Barcelona should look out. But when it comes to Barcelona side, I think there's one player that you cannot stop him. He's just like the Messi we know. He is unstoppable. That's Lamine Yamal. Whether they put 3 players for him, he still do his thing. And one thing I've liked about this guy is that he is selfless. When he realized that he's in a corner that he cannot play his ball how he wants to play, he will always make an assist or make a pass to someone just to, digress the team going forward. So he's the one to look out for, and the Punisher. I call him the Punisher because in the game he might not play anything, but once he gets his chances, you put him in the net, and that's Ferran Torres. He's one guy that he's becoming the unsung hero for Barcelona this season. Some of the games that they don't expect him to score, or when things are tight, that they are looking where they are asking themselves questions: where is the goals coming from? Where are we going to get the goal from? Then boom, this guy will pop up with a goal. So I think he's one guy that they should look out for. But I think this game in general is going to be a battle in midfield. It's not just defense in midfield. Because when it comes to defense, one-on-one, I know Bastoni is very good. And Dimarco is very good as well. So Barcelona will not want to have those moments against those defenders. But this game, if I'm being honest, I would like it to be like a basketball game. It should be end-to-end. It should be end-to-end like the first leg, how we saw it. And we all enjoyed it. This is how I see it. And I think this game, my prediction for this game is going to be maybe 2-2. I don't think there'll be much goals like the first leg, like 6 goals in that game. But it could be 2-2 and go to extra time. And then the winner is going to be on the penalty side, which when it comes to penalty, I cannot predict the winner. But I think it can go on penalties. I predict 2-2 in this game. Yeah. So that's Barcelona for you and Inter Milan. The second one on Wednesday is Arsenal. They head to Paris to face PSG. We all know that the first leg, PSG won 1-0, courtesy of Dembele, and in the absence of Thomas Partey, my Ghana boy. Yeah, now he's back, and people were saying that it's his absence that caused the team that defeat. But we also his return against Bournemouth and still Arsenal lost. So, I mean, football, when the player is not there, we can say it's because he's not there. But once he's there too, we can all see. So hopefully, Arsenal also hoping to turn the deficit of 1-0 that they lost in the first leg um, in Paris to take the game maybe to extra time or just to win it in the 90th minute and then case closed. Maybe then they will also book their place to Germany for the final. So when I look into this game from the first leg, what I realized was it wasn't just about the performance that Arsenal lost. They lost their fan base as well. They lost the fans, the crowd. They didn't. It was quiet. It was quiet like the library. You could only hear the PSG fans making their noise. And if you've realized this season, or from last season coming, let me put it that way, from last season coming, there's only one venue that PSG went and they were intimidated by their fans, and that's Borussia Dortmund. They kicked PSG out of the Champions League last season. That was the only grounds that this PSG team went, and the crowd overrode them, and they lost confidence in the game, and it played part. Um, because I've seen they've played Liverpool, they've come to Anfield and silenced Anfield. They've been to, Villa Park, though they lost that game and still qualified, but the atmosphere at Villa Park, you could see or you could sense that this PSG side, they are fearless. They don't fear about that atmosphere intimidation. So I think Arsenal needed that atmosphere to maybe try to intimidate them, but just to get back on their team, the players, because these players, we know that they all thrive on the fans, making this noise. Because looking at the game, we saw several times where Arsenal players were even telling the fans to make noise, they were just lifting them up, make noise, but these Arsenal fans were not making that noise. So I think aside the performance on the pitch, they also played part in it. And if they are heading to PSG, psychologically, they should boost their mind that this is a PSG side that at home, they are very noisy. It's very loud there. So they should get ready for that. And it's just about the tactics. I don't know how Arteta is going to outsmart Luis Enrique. Because for me, at the start of this Champions League season, I have not watched PSG game. And before they played Man City, I was like, this is the worst PSG side I've ever seen. And maybe I was wrong. Not maybe, I was wrong totally because I had not watched any of their game until that game. But I realized that I was wrong because their team wasn't just about names. It wasn't about individual players that we know, the star players that we know that they were on that route. Right now, they are not on that route. They are on a different level. They've built a team, a solid team. And sometimes they say it's not always the best players that makes up a great team. Sometimes you can get below average players and they'll make a great team. And this is how I see it. But all credit to Ocampos, Luis Ocampos, their sporting director now. That guy, he's been doing some magic. He knows how to buy a player for a team, and he knows how to build a team for a manager or to build a team with a manager. We saw his works when he was at Monaco. He was in charge when Monaco had Mbappe, Falcao, Fabinho, Bernardo Silva, Thomas Lamar. Those times, this guy that came to City, Mendy, they were all under his leadership. He went and signed them from nowhere. We didn't even know most of them. So he's very good, and the route that PSG has taken is helping them because right now they are a team, a solid team. I can say boldly that this season, this is the complete team that I have seen in this Champions League. The complete team I have seen in Champions League. They have the defense, the midfield, the attack, and I bet you no team in this Champions League this season has a better midfield than them. I can bet you that. Their midfield is very crazy. They work tirelessly for each other. They are there. the cohesion of the team is something. I mean, it will only take a miracle for them to just collapse as a team in a game. But we also that the league is already wrapped up. So they were just playing some matches, resting players, doing some rotation. But a few weeks ago, they played their first 11 and they lost to Nice. Yeah. So that one, I don't think that one's an excuse. But this weekend, they rested a lot of their players, a lot of them, just because of this Arsenal game. So I think they stand a chance. If I'm putting them on a chance, I think they have 70-30. Arsenal has 30 chance against them. And sometimes it's always good to be on the side of against the odds. Maybe you go. That's it. Sometimes it gives you motivation. When they say, "Oh, you cannot do this," then okay. They say we cannot do. Let's go and improve ourselves. There's no pressure on you. So I'm hoping that Arsenal should ride on that and get good results against PSG and see how the final is going to be. For me personally, I would love Arsenal Barcelona in the final, but I don't know. I don't know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If what sort of team that you want to see in the final? Arsenal Barcelona will be an entertaining game for just entertainers, but for prestige and for the trophy wise, I think PSG Inter Milan won't be bad. That'll be an experience versus growth, Yeah, because Inter Milan has got the experience. 85% of this their team or their first 11 were in the finals 2 years ago. So they will have the experience. And this PSG side, I call them the groove because they are still growing and they are gelling. They've really gelled together very well. So with this Arsenal side, it's hard to predict. It's hard to predict. But I'll go to one Arsenal. Yes, I might sound crazy here, but I'll go to one Arsenal. And maybe the game goes extra time and then we'll see what happens. Yeah. So guys, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, KS Sports Dex, and put us on notification anytime we post a video. You'll be the first one to watch. And make sure you are always available in the comment section. Let's interact. Let's have a chat, and share this link to your friends and family. We're out.